This is a sample audio-video presentation chapter from the book, Melodies, Movies and Memories, written by late Shri Nalinbhai Shah. The book is published by Sarthak Prakashan, Ahmedabad. Price ₹300 inclusive of postage. Copies of the book can be ordered from Karthik Shah, mobile number 9825290796 or purchase from their website www.sarthakprakashan.com.
A matter of inspiration. It was a warm summer night in Lahore. The composer Ghulam had restlessly tossed in bed as sleep eluded him. It was past midnight when he heard a beggar's plaintive cry, "Baba, ek paisa de de, Baba." The notes in the musical cry for alms caught Heda's attention. He sat up in bed with a start and moved his fingers over the harmonium to recreate the notes. Later, the beggar's cry inspired him to create a sentimental melody. Ravi ke us par sajanwa, Ravi ke us par, a non-film song, Geophone, JP 857, sung by Umrazia Begum, whom he later married. The song hit the popularity charts. This happened sometime during the mid-1930s. The above incident was narrated by Master Ghulam Head himself to the poet Pradeep when they collaborated for Filmiston's first film, Chal Chal Re Naujwan, in 1944. The music director Keshav Rao Bhole of Prabhat Films in Pune admitted that he picked up the tune when he heard the song on a Lahore radio station. Bhole created a sentimental song, Dekhu Kab Tak Vaat Pyarwa, for the film Mera Ladka, 1938, based on Heda's melody. The song Ravi ke us par also inspired Naushad's Dharti ko Akash Pukare in the film Mela, 1948. Naushad had a very high regard for Ghulam Heda as a composer. He told me that R.C. Boral, the doyen of film music, composed the song Ik Bangla Bane Nyara, President, K.L. Sahgal, 1937, based on Ghulam Heda's non-film song Asrab Ko Jaane Wale, Mera Salam Le Ja. In film music, often, it is the final execution and not originality which plays a vital role. When the song Ghar Aaya Mera Pardesi, Awara, 1951, hit the popularity chart, it was not commonly known that Shankar Jaikishan had lifted the tune from a song sung by Om Kalthum in a 1935 Egyptian film, Vidat. The composer, Vinod, converted the Arabian song Ya Mustafa into a frolicsome melody, Lara Zappa, Ek Thi Ladki, 1949, which retains its popularity to this day. Many such inspired, at times, lifted, tunes were fashioned so ingeniously as to retain their freshness even after a considerable lapse of time. It is against this background that one needs to redefine originality in a work of art and acknowledge the individual touch of a composer, even in a borrowed tune. This needs to be highlighted more so in the 1980s and beyond, when music merely become a business of sound, wherein songs such as Tu Cheez Badi Hai Mast Mast, Mera Piya Ghar Aaya O Ramji, Ek Do Teen and Roop Suhana Lagta Hai came to be forgotten as fast as they became popular. Film music thrives on the classical and the folk tradition. It becomes a memorable experience as long as songs remain faithful to the original flavor and essence. For instance, the traditional Meera Bhajans sung by Geeta Roy, Dutt, in the film Jogan, 1950, sound more appealing than the same ingeniously composed in Gulzar's Meera, Vani Jairam, 1979, or the one in Janak Janak Payal Baje, Jo Tum Todo Piya, Lata, 1955. Folk music has a certain flavor which cannot be diluted with the times. The Lavani of Maharashtra, Dekho Aaya Ye Kaisa Zamana, Daag, 1952, the Garba of Gujarat, मैं तो भूल चली बाबुल का देस, सरस्वती चंद्रा 1968 and कान्हा बजाए बांसुरी और ग्वाले बजाए मंजीरे, नास्तिक 1954, द भटियाली ऑफ बंगाल, सून मोर बंधुरी, सुजाता 1959 and ओरे मांझी, बंदीनी 1963, राजस्थानी, पल्लू लटके रे मारो पल्लू लटके, नौकर 1979 and पंजाबी, उदय जब जब जुल्फे तेरी, नया दौर 1957 cannot be made to sound anything else just to be different. Similarly, Kesriya Balma in Rag Mand is identified with Rajasthan. It cannot be made to sound different just to allow a music director or the singer to show his or her expertise in the matter of sur. For that reason alone, Allah Zilai Bai of Rajasthan, in her age 70s, sounds more appealing than Lata ever did while singing Kesriya Balma, Lekin, 1990. A composer's ingenuity is also demonstrated effectively in the way he popularized the number but still remained faithful to the form in which it is used. Tansen sang the Dhrupad form of classical singing. Composer Khemchand Prakash, who, though a Dhrupad singer himself, composed Dhrupad, sapped Suran Teen Gram in such a way as to make it popular as a film song as well. Hriday Nath Mangeshkar, with all his competence as a musician, recomposed Kesriya Balma in Lekin and robbed it of its traditional flavor. Rabindra Sangeet, comprising 2,500 and more of Tagore's compositions, became the basis for a number of popular songs such as Jaye Tu Jaye Kaha, Taxi Driver, S.D. Burman, 1954, Rahi Matwale, Waris, Anil Biswas, 1954, Tere Mere Milan Kiye Raina, Abhiman, S.D. Burman, 1973, Chukar Mere Man Ko, Yarana, Rajesh Roshan, 1981. For that matter, even Tagore himself was inspired by various forms of music such as Indian classical, mainly Dhrupad, Bengali folk such as Baul, Bhatiyali, Kirtan, Western classical, mainly symphony and waltz. So what then is the much talked about originality in music? Originality is said to be an undetected plagiarism. No work of art is absolutely original. It is always the result of an inspiration, so why should it be any different in the matter of music? Sometimes, in search of inspiration, music directors have looked beyond the shores of this country and imported tunes to make indigenous products such as Itna Na Mujhse Tu Pyar Badha, Salil Chaudhary, Chaya, 1961, from Mozart's Symphony No. 40. Plagiarism, different from inspiration, which was earlier a once-in-a-while affair, has now become a regular feature in film music. Unfortunately, the commercial success of plagiarized songs is taken as license to steal with impunity. It was a hilarious situation when Lakshmikant Pyarilal accused Bappi Lahiri of lifting their tune, Jumma Chumma Dedi, Hum, 1991, to make Tamma Tamma, Thanedar, 1990. In fact, Lakshmi Pyare were claiming ownership because they had imported the tune first. A few years ago, Annu Malik publicly accused Bappi Lahiri of lifting the S.D. Burman's song Make D, Guide, 1965, to make Pyar De Pyar Di, Sharabi, 1984. What Annu did not know was that they both had a common source for their songs in Rabindra Sangeet. In the 1950s, when Naushad accused Husnlal Bhagatram, without naming them, of lifting his tune Mera Salam Leja, recorded earlier for Udan Khatola, 1955, to make Shami Bahar Aayi, Shama Parwana, 1954, the duo retaliated by saying that they had taken the melody from the same source, Western, as Naushad had done. While on the question of inspiration, it will not be an exaggeration to presume that every composition has some musical source at the back of it. If originality is a myth, Then how do we explain the contradiction that present-day musical pieces are forgotten as fast as they become popular, whereas a vast number of compositions, mainly of the earlier era, have some sort of timeless appeal? Songs such as Mast Mast, Ol Ol and Oye Oye are obliterated from listeners' memories as fast as they catch their attention. But there are compositions which are slow to grow on listeners' minds but are retained in their memories long after they are heard. Naushad presented Bhairavi as a pathetic cry in Mohe Bhool Gaye Sawariya, Baiju Bawra, 1952, and Sudhir Farke developed Jajavanti as a thing of a rare charm in Bandh Preet Phool Dor, Malti Madhav, 1951. Naushad drew inspiration from Indubala's song Mohe Panghat Pe Nandalal Chhed Gayo Ri, HNVs P10-37 in the 1930s, to compose his own in Mughal-e-Azam, 1960. He also might have been inspired by Vinayak Rao Patwardhan's exposition of the Raga Hamir, Karan Chahu Ragupati, to compose Madhuban Mein Radhika Nacheri, Kohinoor, 1960. It is his treatment that entitles Naushad to stake his claim to the compositions credited to him. The same is the case with Shankar Jai Kishan, who made Sajan Sang Kahe Neha Lagaye, Main Nashe Mein Hu, 1959, inspired by Abdul Karim Khan's Thumri in Raga Tilang, Sajan Tum Kahe Ko Neha Lagaye. So whether it is classical, folk, or any other composition, it is the treatment in the hands of a creative artist that counts. From a rock of marble one can build a house, a Taj Mahal, or even chisel a statue of Venus. It is the touch of the artisan that makes all the difference. Similarly, earlier composers, mainly of the 1940s and 1950s, had the caliber to fashion their inspiration into a thing of beauty which was invested with a perennial charm. This is a sample audio-video presentation chapter from the book Melodies, Movies and Memories, written by late Shri Nalin Shah. The book is published by Sarthak Prakashan, Ahmedabad. Price Rs 300, inclusive of postage. Copies of the book can be ordered from Kartik Shah. Mobile number 9825290796. Or purchase from their website www.sarthakaprakashan.com. This audio-video presentation is prepared by me for the sole purpose of promotion of the book by Shri Nalin Shah. All contents, images, photographs, layout of the book etc. are used for this purpose only. Copyrights for all the materials used remain with the respective owners. Vinay Shah.